I am on a mission for something to complete the entire Undertale set. If I can do it, then the game is officially dead beyond that point. So what am I going for? No-hit true pacifist. It sounds crazy, and honestly, I know it's beyond silly for me to even think about such a run that I've repeatedly neglected before, but hear me out. True Pacifist is the last no-hit run in the Undertale series that hasn't been done by a human. Deltarune, all chapters, all bosses has been done. Even Tracker Bart Peak has been done, as well as no-hit neutral. However, the general difficulty behind this run is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a 2-hour run with several difficult spots, and Asriel is only one of them. To make this run as healthily approachable as possible, I'm going to state my plan. And if you want to try this run out for yourself, just be aware of what you're getting into. Without further ado, let's get started. You might remember a little while back that I attempted this run just to put the believers to rest. However, I wasn't even at my fullest. It was the first run I had attempted in several months, and I was actually quite surprised to see that the hit count was so low, getting a total of 8 hits. That's just about average for a full game run attempt of any kind. So what's stopping me from lowering this any further? Well, my consistency at Flowey is a little rusty, so I will need to practice him a lot first before I even think about trying for full runs. Luckily, no other monsters other than bosses will pose as a threat, as I can skip Muffet using the spider items and flee from every non-boss monster. There's also Asriel, but unfortunately I'm still looking for a new strat for Phase 2, and I might just have one that will work, but like Flowey, this will require extensive testing. Phase 4 is just Phase 4, so there's nothing that can be done here, unfortunately.
But still, aren't you wasting your time? Didn't you say before that this run was impossible?
I was only going by the words of what others had said. Other legendary runners like Lexi and Zotaman were one of the first to bring it to light, and plenty of others have stated that it is exceedingly unlikely. So naturally, I joined them. But the more I thought about it, the more absurd that it sounded. Now, I don't want to come off as bragging, but as far as I'm aware, I'm currently the only one left who has potential to get this done. All the other top runners of No-Hit Undertale have either retired or lost interest, and again, as far as I know, nobody else is foolish enough to go for this. Well, unless you count the Dragon Fox's heroic attempts. You tried, man. You tried. That brings us to today. Why am I going for no-hit true pacifist? You might think this is all about patience, and, well, that's because it is. But think about some of the other runs that I have done. Distrust 2 Phase 1, Undertale Last Breath Phase 3, even the neutral run. They may have taken me a long time to get, but it just shows how dedicated I am willing to be. Unfortunately though, there aren't many days when I can do a 2-hour run uninterrupted. That's why I am not concerned for the run's length. If the run ends up being 3 hours, so be it. This run is all about doing it in the least amount of hits, not the fastest time. This isn't a speed run after all. Which is why I'm also taking the step of slowly willing down the count. It's like setting a new world record. You can't just get it on the first go, it's a commitment that you have to work towards. On that topic, that's why I am making this run a long-term thing. It might take me years to get, but that's a sacrifice I am willing to make. So what advice can I give to you should you wish to try it for yourself? Number 1, stream your progress. This will make your run a lot easier to verify. If you're doing offline runs, just make sure you're recording at all times in case you get a new furthest point, since fake screenshots have been an issue in the no-hit community in the past 2 years. Number 2, train using Godhome. Now, look, I am very well aware of the fact that there are some people out there who just cannot stand playing Godhome, and that's totally fine. But the mod itself makes it easier to practice different segments, and even includes the ability to run different sections at will. However, I strongly suggest that you don't use Godhome when doing a full game run. This mod is only meant for practice purposes, and will instantly disqualify your run should you attempt to pass it off as legitimate. Hey, I don't make the rules. Number 3. Practice the hell out of the hardest parts. This is because a lot of the difficulty stems from Flowey and Asriel alone. For runs like that, start from coring Godhome and keep trying from that point. Even still, practicing full game runs might appear to be the best option, but we are talking several hours per session this way, so better be ready. Others can attempt this if they want to, but as for myself, I'm gonna make it my mission and I'm gonna give it my best, for real this time. Everything else was just practice. Again, I understand that this could take me years, but sometimes the greatest things come from the longest of journeys.